Hi, I am Mary Mills and your host today. Today's activity for the series of at-home strategies for parents to reinforce learning and development is underwater fireworks. What's not to love about fireworks? They are bright, beautiful, and exciting. If you're looking for an easy and fun 4th of July activity to do with your little ones, this one is fantastic. Create a whole new kind of fireworks show in a glass with very few materials. A brief introduction to underwater fireworks. The materials needed: of course, water, vegetable oil, food coloring, use as many colors as you would like, a shallow plate, and a fork. This activity can be adapted for mobile infants, toddlers, and even preschoolers. Like always, you will want to provide your younger children with more guidance. For your older children, they will be able to participate in the activity independently. You'll be there for support if needed. You can ask them questions to get them to think deeper. And if they need help with any of the pouring oil or any of that, you will be there for their support. Although this activity promotes learning in several different areas, science is the area we will focus on today. Now we will discuss the guide of this simple activity. You'll start by putting a few tablespoons of water into a shallow plate and add several drops of food coloring of various colors. Then you'll want to gently mix the food coloring with a fork to break the drops into smaller drops. And lastly, you will carefully pour the oil into the water and watch the fireworks start. And how it works. So the science behind underwater fireworks. The food coloring dissolves in water, but not in oil. When you stir the food coloring in, you are breaking up the coloring droplets. You'll want to keep in mind, drops that come into contact with each other will merge. Oil is less dense, so the oil will float to the top of the glass. As the colored drops sink into the bottom of the oil, they mix with the water. The color diffuses outwards as the heavier color drops falls to the bottom. An additional experience that you may want to try with your little ones, especially those older toddlers and preschoolers, to really get their scientific knowledge and to get them to really thinking outside of the box. You can try using red and blue as your food coloring and do 1 drop of blue and 1 drop of red when you start to mix the oil and food coloring together. You can also try doing it without the oil and observe and record how the results are different. You could ask those questions to get your children to think outside of the box. For example, what was different since we didn't use the oil? And lastly, you can try using a larger glass. Ask the children, how does it change the results? Get them to really think. Talk about the activity with your children, about the experience with your children. Thank you all for joining today's fun. We would love to hear about your 4th of July activities that you did with your little ones. Please email me, mary@cdl.org, with any questions or topics that you would like to learn more about.